Hi.
Good afternoon.
Hi, guys.
How's everybody doing?
Hello.
It's Thursday before a long weekend.
Woo!
So summer officially starts this weekend, right?
It does.
Thank goodness.
What's everybody doing this weekend?
Actually, the first day of summer isn't until June, I don't think.
Right, the 28th or 6th?
21st.
It's my grandpa's birthday.
Or the 21st. Welcome to Coffee Corner. It's good to be with you guys today.
It's good to be back.
We're excited about Memorial Day weekend. I am not going to do anything major. I think we're going to a crawfish boil.
Oh, fun. I've never
On
been to one
Saturday.
of those.
You never been to a crawfish boil?
Oh,
That's a sin. That's a southern sin.
are all okay,
Leave.
I have a question because I don't know the answer to this, but I know that somebody out there knows. Okay, so all crawfish boils, are they always spicy? Because that doesn't bother me.
Well,
They
if
should be.
It makes sense that I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
right?
They should be.
And do they always have mushrooms?
No.
Again,
I've always
doesn't bother
seen-
me.
The ones that I've always seen are like the crawfish and then the little corn.
I've
That's what I've
seen
Yeah.
people who do
Like a crab.
artichokes. Whole artichokes.
Ooh.
I saw that. And then people were putting like
Ooh,
pork
is a good
chops
thing.
in theirs. I saw a video.
Pork
I've never
chops?
been to one. They did like crawfish,
Alexander's
artichokes,
gonna get
pork
into
chops, this whole thing. Okay.
I don't really know
guess
how
I'll stop
appetizing
getting
that
into
sounds.
No, when it comes to like FOOD,
Food.
she's down to talk about some food.
I know.
So today we're going to talk about listing your home. And I saw something cute and it got my attention. And it's the 5 things I like almost as much as selling homes. So number 1, looking at homes.
Especially ones like out of your price range that like you just really want to fantasize about. I love doing that.
And what you might do, what you like about it, what you might do different.
Well, and a girlfriend and one of my girlfriends and I, we went to go look at a wedding venue yesterday, and I think the lady thought I was crazy because I was asking her all these questions. I was like, "Sorry, I'm a real estate agent."
Did you lead here?
So what's the next question?
So the second is talking about homes. We do that a lot. Sometimes we do that so much that we have to say moratorium on talking about homes at dinner tonight.
So true.
Especially, I guess, when you're an agent and your husband's a builder, that's got to be a.
It's okay. It could be worse. Watching TV that features people looking at and talking about homes.
That's like
So-
James and I watching Boise Boys.
I never ever watched or got into watching the like HGTV shows
Mhm.
until I started working with you guys.
Mhm.
And now like I'll go home and like love it or list it, like that'll play.
Do you like that one?
I love that one. Because I
She's
disagree with all the people who like if they decide to love it, I'm always like, no, you should list it. That other one was better. If they decide to list it, I'm like, no, she did great things. Like I get really into their decision, even though I know that they've already made it. You know, all that kind of stuff is all staged, but I get into that show.
predetermined, right?
That's like the ones that's like the people who are shopping for a beach home, but it's all just a lie, and they're not really
Yes.
shopping for anything. They're just like, hey, let's go look at these homes, and they pick like random people. Did you know that?
Full disclosure, I didn't know that for a while, that it was.
It's all a
I
lie.
I thought it was, I thought we were really going through the motions with these folks. We were in it with them. And then I was like, oh, no, we're not.
Well, that's like the extreme makeover. Like I grew up watching that with my family, and when you once you grow up and you have access to the internet, you find out that these people, like a lot of people, like couldn't afford their home anymore,
Oh, yeah.
and like they ended up losing it, or like they had all this amazing furniture, but then when the people leave, they take all the new furniture with them and they put all their old furniture back in the house, and you're like, oh, it's not as cool as I thought it was.
Right? Yeah, it's not. Number 4, getting referrals to sell a home.
We like that a lot.
Yes. And then number 5. So number 5 is eating cake. And okay, for me, fine, whatever. Would not be my number 5. My number 5 would be, anybody who knows me really well is going to know that I'm going to say,
Be a flight attendant.
you know what?
I'm sorry.
Y'all
That's such
can't
a good
handle-
opportunity.
Y'all can't handle the exit rows.
Oh wow!
You're gonna have to move seats.
That was fantastic. That was just slid in there so perfectly.
I'm sorry, what did you really want to say? Because we all know what it is.
Is it watching Housewives?
Bravo.
I feel like anyone who's
Andy
ever turned into
Cohen.
a coffee corner knows that by now.
Anything that Andy Cohen has to do with, I'm probably going to be okay with something that he produces or one of his concepts. So I like him a lot. I like the Cardinals. He loves them too. So anyways, that's what I would replace eating cake with.
Mine would just be eating food in general. We were talking about this, like, Alexandra, what would your number 5 be? And I was like, I don't know, what would it be?
Or just like,
As I'm eating a brownie. Like, it would definitely be eating food. When's the next meal going to be? What am I
Thinking
going to
about
have
the
tonight?
next
Who's going to
meal.
pay for the next meal? Where are we all going to go? I'm just like,
do you plan out your trips by like stops for food? You gotta have all the snacks.
I just tell everyone there's like a 300-pound woman that like lives inside of me. I only go to the gym so I can just eat food. It's
I mean,
terrible.
if any of the reasons to go to the gym, that is the best one.
Yeah, I agree. Naomi, what's yours?
Mine would be reading.
She just has to slide in there and make us look dumb.
No,
Yeah, she did.
Mom's like, I love watching Bravo. I like stuffing my face.
anyone
to
who
read
knows,
books.
like, I read a couple hundred.
I
a
really
year.
thought you were going to say something like, I love going to
Coffee.
the Comic-Con or
I
drinking
do.
coffee.
I do, but number 5 would be
Or-
reading.
Matt Marshall's watching us.
Hey, Matt Marshall
I get to
and
see him
EJ.
tomorrow.
Oh, no. Are you in town? Are you in Little Rock? Because you were somewhere.
He's
doing
finally going to be
something.
in town on
Mhm.
Friday. I messaged him. I was like, what are you doing?
Reading books. Okay, listen, everybody has something.
It's great. So what are we talking
People
about
think
today?
it's weird. We're going to list your home.
What are we doing?
So the first thing, you're thinking about listing your home. What's the first thing you're going to do?
I'm going to call my real estate agent.
Not Fizbo it.
Yeah, right? Call your realtor. And I would like the opportunity to have that conversation with you first. 479-871-1030.
Shameless plug.
So when we think about getting our house ready, there's lots of things that go into that. It's just not, hey, I want to list my house for this amount because I need to net or I want to net this amount. There is a science behind it. There's thought that goes behind
Mhm.
it. There's preparedness that goes behind it. And with a great team, you can be successful.
EJ Johnson Group.
Right?
Because all of those things play a role in the numbers game.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're going to talk about that today.
So we've been doing a lot of that lately. A lot of realtors have probably been getting homes ready for sale, or a lot of sellers have been out there getting their homes ready for sale. So what do? We're at an appointment. We drive up, we drive your neighborhood. We're there on time because we have an appointment with you. And we're going to have looked around your property.
We're gonna have researched on the internet. We're gonna look
Yep.
at the past solds. We're gonna look at old photos. We're basically going to stalk your house. You know, like when you Facebook stalk somebody, we're going to like house stalk you.
Is that a thing?
Facebook stalk?
I'm
my
really
gosh.
good at
She's
it.
joking.
I was
She's
being
joking. I was
facetious.
like, so I mean, that's essentially what we do before we
Yeah.
even take a look into it. You know, obviously, we're going to talk to you on the phone, ask you some questions before we get there. But yeah.
Yeah, but then we drive, we're at your house, and I'm going to do a little walk around.
Mhm.
And I'm going to stand out front and just get like a feeling for like, how does it look? What am I thinking? Because I'm looking with a buyer's eyes.
And we're looking at the curb appeal.
Yes, the curb appeal.
Mm-hmm.
Land. So what does that mean?
The curb appeal?
Yeah, what does the curb appeal mean to me? Because I'm looking with the buyer's eyes. Your landscaping. How do your trees look? Your shrubs, do they need to be trimmed or cut back? Do we need to plant some flowers? That's easy.
Put a little,
Right,
because
little
you can always put
pansies
just a
or
little 2 potted flowers on either
Yeah.
side of the door. That always brightens it up.
Little pop of color.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that because you're looking at things that could kind of be kind of little things like that, but are you ever looking for things of thinking maybe this should not be there or things should be
Mhm.
moved, like
Yeah.
things that they can prepare that way.
Sure,
like-
sure, for sure. You know, I'm looking at your exterior door. Does it need to be restained? That's not a major task 90% of the time. Or does the door need to be replaced?
Just things like that that are going to bring a little
Yeah.
bit more pizzazz or brighten it up, because that's kind of the first thing that people see. They see a sign in the yard 9 times out of 10, and they're looking at the outside of your house thinking, okay, and then hopefully they call the number, or they get on the internet and they look at the house and they're intrigued to see what next the inside of your house.
Right?
And even after they look at the pictures on the internet or things like that, there are times that people drive up to a house, and like Paige said, that feeling, when people drive up to your house and you're seeing it in person, that's the first impression.
Mhm.
So
That's
if
the
there's
first impression.
bicycles
It's
in
like
the yard,
the first
or,
impression, Rose.
yeah, exactly, or
Because
bachelorette.
oh my goodness. So if your house has siding, are there any repairs that need to happen?
Mhm.
Do you have any holes from hail that happens? Does the siding need to be power washed?
What about the roof?
Perhaps. So perhaps we need to look at those items and discuss maintenance. Roof, right? Sometimes you can tell from the road. I think that maybe we need to get a professional out here to do an inspection. We have vendors that we use and we can recommend to you in our toolbox. So that's a big one. It's a great marketing tool. If you can say, well, the roofing guy came out, he said, I need a new roof. The adjuster came out and said, yep, you do need a new roof. And you have a bunch of hail damage. Your roof is 20 years old, and you guys figure it out between the two of you. And you can say, I've got a new roof and I'm going to sell my house. So windows. So windows, are there any broken seals, i.e. a fogged window? Recently, I just went on a listing appointment, and as you're walking up to this house, they have a big, beautiful window that gives a ton of light into their living room, and the seal is broken and the window is fogged.
And it was easy fix too. That was the other thing. It's like sometimes it's
Yeah.
either easy things that can be fixed and you just don't think about it. Because that,
Yeah.
for example, they were like, wow, if we would have known that it was only going to cost X and it was only going to take this much time, we would have done this, day one.
We would have done this a long time ago. It was a couple $100, and the seller was like, it looks great. And even her little boy likes it because he plays at that window. Some of his toys are there. So little things like that. So let's move to inside the house. Hi, Donna. Donna Lamb.
Donna.
We're going to talk about your profession here in a little bit. If you hang around, feel free to chime in. So moving to the house, paint. Paint is an item of update that you can do when you're selling your house that can make a world of difference. So if you haven't updated your paint in a long time and your dining room has a chair rail and it's red, and you might like red, and that is great. The buying public probably doesn't today. So that's an easy fix, and it's economical, and it will go over wonders.
Neutrals are always a good way to go.
That's
when
right.
You're getting ready to list your house.
That's
because
right.
To
It's
lighten,
a blank, it's a blank canvas.
canvas.
It lightens up the room. It makes the room look bigger.
Mhm.
And it's easier for buyers to walk in and see that neutral color as a blank canvas rather than trying to imagine what it would look like.
Yeah, because there's a new listing
Yeah,
that
well-
we have coming, and it's like a big wide open space, and there are some like funky colors, and they had done some paint testing on it of what they were going to do, and we were
Yeah.
walking through the house. We went to go meet them the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be life-changing for this house. So to transition your house from 2002 to 2019 or whatever it is, paint can be a really quick fix,
Bam.
even if
It's
it's
a
just
facelift
one
for the
room.
house.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Botox for your house.
It is.
Yeah, Botox. For your
It's
house.
and then paint's probably cheaper than actual Botox. So.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Depends on the size.
I don't
of the
know.
house.
And then if you don't need to paint, if we're not going to talk about changing colors, if you have that neutral palette that Naomi touched on, which is a great way to say it, then maybe there's some places that we need to touch up. It's always good to talk to a professional when it comes to touch up.
Mhm.
I have had some experience where sellers are like, I've got the paint, I can touch it up. But they didn't have that conversation with their realtor or a professional before doing that.
Mhm.
And what you find 9 times out of 10 is that paint isn't going to touch up on the wall like you thought it would.
Mhm.
So, but using a paint professional, they can come in and they can match the paint, and they are really good at what they do. So knowing what we're good at and knowing what we're not good at is the good way to go, or the right way to go, in my opinion. We did that recently in a house that we're ready for sale. Just needed some touch-ups, and we couldn't match the paint. We couldn't just touch it up, is what I'm trying to say. So we hired a professional, and they came in and did it correctly, and it looks fantastic.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it really, really does. So another thing that you can do to your house when you're readying it for sale, if you have a deck or you have an area off the back of your house that needs to be spruced up, is to add a deck if there isn't one. So someone can put up their grill and put up some chairs and a table and extend their living room outside. They want to bask in the sun, or if they want to put up a table with a shade and have a barbecue. If you have a deck already and it needs to be restained or power washed, do that. It doesn't take much, and it goes a really long ways. We did that in Springdale. We got the house under contract in 2 days.
Yeah.
The seller actually replaced the deck. There was lots of boards that needed to be repaired or replaced, and there was just so many of them. He just tore it up and started over, and it looked great. And the new people are so excited to put their outdoor furniture out there and start over in Springdale, Arkansas. I think they're moving here from Memphis. So,
And the thing about like the seller doing that instead of just leaving it saying, oh, the buyer can take care of this, is when buyers are looking, generally most of the time they're looking with the vision of something that they want done. And if you come up and you see, you know, oh, the deck has, you know, a whole bunch of boards, the seller realized, you know, I'm going to tear this up and, you know, make a new one.
Yeah.
If he had left it that way, then that might have been the thing
deciding factor why they went to the next house.
Why they went to the next house.
Could be.
So when a seller walks around with their agent, and those little bitty things that you don't necessarily think of before you list your house, those can make all the difference.
I think the words that we're talking about here today are 3 words. I just wrote them down.
Do you say them?
I can't read your handwriting.
Move in ready.
What does that say? Move in ready. Because we write the same way. We write really squished. But I think yours.
They do.
Yeah, no, I agree. Move in ready, because that's something we've talked about
ready.
when we're working with buyers. It's like some buyers can go and fix things, and some buyers can't fix things. So when they walk in, or maybe your buyer doesn't have a vision, they can't envision those things. They're like, okay, well, what is this going to be? You know what I'm saying? They walk in and they're like, oh my God, the walls look great. The deck is ready. They got some new light fixtures, because light fixtures can really change a space immensely. You know, again, it's like the paint. It takes you from 2002 to 2019, just like that. And you can get some pretty inexpensive ones. So I think there are definitely ways to kind of just like reconstruct that vision, and you want to be providing the best vision for the people that are going to be in your home. And that's, you know, and there are small things that you can do. It doesn't have to be, I think maybe it can be kind of overwhelming, probably. Like, oh my gosh, I have to do this and do that. But it's going to make the process that much easier when you do get a contract finally on your home. And you're like, okay, well, they love it. Or
it's lightening.
These are the negotiations we have to make.
It's maybe taking a house that's a little heavy and lightening it up with paint and lighting. And hey, Nikhil, we really enjoyed seeing your guys' pictures from Hawaii. It looked like you and Kiki were having a great time. You guys are always on a really cool adventure. Gosh, like live vicariously through you guys sometimes. give Kiki our best. So yes, light fixtures are another way to update your home and not break the bank. Paint light fixtures, your deck, your landscaping, your curb appeal. If you have a pool,
Clean.
yeah, make sure your pool's clean, your liner's not ripped. I wouldn't ever consider putting in a pool initially. That's not like my first go, like, oh, let's put in a pool to sell our house.
Yeah.
Not my first thought, but certainly something to talk about with your real estate agent. And then lastly, we have the house ready. We are so happy. We're almost there, right? The last thing that we're going to talk about today is decluttering. And I think sometimes that this is a hard conversation for some of us. Because again, as the seller, you're like, my house looks great, right? And again, we're looking with a different lens. And so we are trying to help put the best foot forward. And sometimes that is putting things in boxes, taking down personal pictures, and
depersonalization.
Decluttering our closet so we can see how big they are.
Because it might be nice to fill up a closet and you're thinking,
Yeah.
oh, it shows how much it holds. But for a buyer who doesn't have an idea of how big it is, all they see is a really full closet. So it's going to appear smaller. Yeah.
Or just like taking one chair out, or just, it's kind of crazy. Just
Yeah.
moving one piece of furniture can really like alter your space, and it is really distracting to your buyers when there are like giant pictures of like you and your kids, and which is awesome when you have like friends and family over. But they're really like, oh, this is a beautiful family. Like they look like they go on lots of trips and have fun. And then you're like, so did you see this bathroom over here?
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's still your house and you're selling it, but you have to. The people coming into it don't have those same memories you do. They don't have those same things. They have to be able to see a blank canvas. And so
Exactly.
all of your touches and all of your personal things are still everywhere. It's going to be harder for them to imagine themselves there.
So I think after we've decluttered and we have everything, Naomi touched on staging, or Alexander did, moving chairs, moving things out.
We did that yesterday for a client.
You guys did.
You
guys did awesome.
We walked in, we were like, oh, we're going to move this too, and then we're going to do this here, and bam.
If we have resources and vendors available, one of our resources is actually, I think she's tuning in, and that's Donna. She helps us with staging. She does some staging for our builders, and she's also helped our sellers. She can come in with all kinds of different packages to do a full staging package, or she can come in and do a consultation. Who is angry?
Did you see that too? I saw that
It's a
too.
long weekend. How can you be angry? I mean, hi. Good afternoon to you too, EJ. So staging is also a great way to pump up the volume when you're trying to sell your house. Sorry, that distracted me a little bit.
Boaz is here.
Hey, Boaz.
We were just talking about you. Were your ears burning?
Yeah. Thanks for going and looking at that roof for me today. I really appreciate that. All right. So we're listed, and Naomi's going to touch on quickly what happens once you're listed, how you keep things, what happens.
So
now?
We call it showing ready, or show ready, or just ready. You never know. Hey, Boaz, Longhorn something. So I got distracted too. But you never know when, once your house is listed, when someone's going to want to show it and when they're going to want to see it. So it's nice to always have things showing ready. So when you get the mail in, go through it and then kind of put it up in a desk or something like that. Don't just leave piles of it on the counter. If you have pets, make sure that you keep their little space tidy, and little pet toys aren't everywhere.
Yes.
If you have kids, make sure that the backyard and the front yard are kind of picked up. Little things like that. What?
Did you just make a rude comment?
No.
No. But little things like that to make sure that it's always ready for a showing really helps, because what we're going to do is when a showing happens, there's this little spot for feedback, and we found that it's a really great tool for you to find out things about like the possible buyers that were at your house, little touches that they've noticed, like, hey, maybe the room should be opened up a little bit more so we can see it. There's a little bit too much furniture in one room, and taking those comments and then like building on them. Yeah. Because we are really on top of making sure that all of our sellers get the feedback from their showings, because we want them to make sure that their home is always like 100% ready.
That's right.
So
Naomi's really good at tracking down feedback and making sure. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer than we would like, but we do always get our feedback for our sellers.
Well, and it gives them a insight, really good insight to maybe things to change or and how can we make this work? And
we had
and just know how it went in general. Okay,
that peace of mind.
That's the thing.
Because it's always nice to know, like, you're like, okay, I had a showing today, what they think, like,
For
how
sure.
did it go? Like,
or
if
is
they
it
don't
something
like
to get
it, like,
excited about? Sometimes you get really great feedback. You're like, oh my gosh.
And there's been listings before where we've had several showings, and the
it's exciting.
It is
We
very
get excited about feedback.
Oh, we get so excited.
Because we all have that app, just like, the sellers do or whatever, and then we'll be like, oh my God, did you see that feedback about blah, 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 blah?
Yeah.
123 Main Street.
And there's times like our listings, they get multiple showings on a listing, and sometimes the feedback is similar both ways. I'm like, oh, you know what, maybe I should, get rid of this shrub because it's blocking this window, or doing this because it's not, as appealing to a buyer as I thought it would be. Things like that are like great little touches to help you sell your home.
For sure. I totally agree. No, it's very good to get feedback, and it's very important. So I think lastly, there are other great tools that we have in our toolbox that we would love to share with you, and no strings attached. If you have questions, please feel free to call us or call me direct at 479-871-1030. Our office number is 479-877-0423. Today's inspiration came from a blog post that we have on our website from February. So we were kind of thinking about selling season back in February and sharing some information with you all then. And if you want to visit our website, ejjohnsongroup.com,
/blog.
Go to the resource tab and you will find our blogs there. You will also find our listings there. And again, always feel free to call us. You can reach us on Facebook if you'd like, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. We have a couple new listings out there. We have a really good one in Bella Vista. It's listed under $200,000, and it's a 3-bedroom.
So cute.
It's a flat lot. It has a really great yard. They have a neat hammock back there. Mature trees. A big deck. Yeah, it's cute as can be.
And it's a flat lot in Bella Vista. That's
yes. Yeah, you're not on the side of a freaking holler.
Yeah.
We have we have another listing in Bella Vista. It's new construction in Bella Vista, and also coincidentally is on a flat lot, and it offers some extra POA where the yard is maintained for you. It's 11 Villas Way. The first one I mentioned is 13 Eddington Drive. As always, we have listings in Shadow Valley and Scissortail. This weekend, we are not doing any open houses for Memorial Day weekend, but we will be back at it next week. We have a new listing that's going live today, 3807 Northwest Riverbend Road. Is that live yet?
It's live.
It's live.
I went live this morning. It is a gorgeous home. It's got two living areas. It's got a what was the great word a mother-in-law suite?
Mother-in-law suite.
Yeah,
like downstairs, the wet bar.
It has its so
a separate entrance.
It has its own entrance, bev center, fireplace, living room,
it's got
bedroom,
a fireplace
bathroom.
and office too.
Yes, it does.
It's really nice.
New paint, new appliances,
big giant windows,
new lights. It's beautiful.
In the sunroom.
So sweet.
It's got a heated, cooled sunroom
forget
that's
the sunroom?
gorgeous. That has a deck off of it, and it's got it's the sunroom you can enter from the kitchen area and the master bedroom, and it's beautiful.
It is
beautiful.
It is beautiful. So we will be there next Sunday. We will have a public open house there. So I hope everyone has a safe holiday weekend. I'm sure lots of you will be on the lake. We are thinking about everyone that was affected by the tornadoes this week and last
the
night,
barges
and what's going on at Weber's Fault. Yes. So we're thinking about all of you that were affected by the storms recently. And we hope you all have a great weekend. So
And stay tuned next week.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about the Parade of Homes.
You can exit this way, or you can exit to the front or to the back.
Or you can just click off this video. Bye,
it's
guys.
never dull around here. Never dull. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.